You get that boner all by yourself? That's awesome. Oh, hey guys. Today, gang, we're talking about sports. Have any of you guys ever played a sport? No? Didn't think so. I took one look at you and thought, well, there's no way they've played anything that required any athletic ability because of the way that they look and are and behave in any social situation. You know, you can tell when like a non-athlete walks into a room, makes your cock go inside you. Good start. I'm very on brand today. My sweater says, "It takes lots of balls to golf the way I do." I have worn it before on the channel, but for those who have not seen it before, it deserves to be seen again. It's not my sweater. It is now, but it used to be my grandmother's sweater. I actually hardly even fill it out. And I'm like, fuck's sake. Motherfuck. All right. My nan's like 5'3", max. I don't know how my nan wore this. I'm like 6'2", 210. Is this her fucking bed sheet? Hey, Nan. When did you wear this? Was this like something you wore like with your mother? Like, did you guys both get in it? Was this something you wore with friends from school? Were you guys all just jumping in the balls sweater together? What? This thing's huge. Sports. Any of you who have been around the channel for a while, you might know that I have a history with sports. I play some of them. Hey, Matt, do you play them professionally? Question mark? No, I don't. I just bit my fucking lip. Who bites their lip talking? Fuck! I'm actually fucking soaked. I'm sweating like a pig. Like a big fat one. Like a fat pig. Fuck! I'll check my phone, make sure my dad didn't text me, tell me to shut the fuck up. Nope, we're all clear, gang. We're all good, guys. Hey, no sweat. He didn't text me, okay? We're good for now. We are okay. Oh, it's like a bad symbol. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Forget I did that, okay? I can cut it out, but I won't. It's a learning moment. This is a teaching moment for me. Don't do that symbol. It's not good. Can be misinterpreted. I meant it as okay. Other people have meant it as other things. Sports. Let's start with the Canadian Classic. Contrary to popular belief outside of Canada, hockey is not Canada's national sport. It's actually lacrosse, and we can all agree that that's fucking stupid. Hey, Justin, I know there's more important things on your plate right now, but why don't we get off our taint? I know your hair looks pretty good and all, but can we focus... What the fuck is going on with the dehumidifier? Get that the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up. Where's the power button? There it is. Fuck's sakes. Can we maybe... I don't know what the fucking joke was. Lacrosse should not be Canada's national sport. Let's move on. Hockey. Certainly one of my personal favorite sports, and the favorite of many from around this great white north of ours, here in Canada. I play this sport. I play it so much that I once broke my leg playing this sport. My kneecap popped out of my leg. It popped out of where it was supposed to be. And let me tell you, if you've ever had a kneecap, you know how comfortable it feels when your kneecap is in the right place. Well, imagine for a second that your kneecap was no longer there and was instead on the side of your leg. Hey Matt, have you been filming? How long have I been filming for? Oh good, 14 minutes and I haven't said one fucking thing. Jesus fuck. The main goal of ice hockey is to score more goals than the other team. In most North American stadiums, the ice surface is 200 feet long by, actually I don't even know, 80 feet wide, 100 feet wide? If you're really not familiar with ice hockey, an ice hockey player looks like this. This here is Phil Kessel. He's actually, I'm not joking, one of the best ice hockey players in the world. Like literally in the top 100 still. And you may think, well, he must obviously be just some sort of goon. He must just fight people for fun. But no, he's very quick. And he scores a lot of goals. He's an offensive player. I'm not kidding. This is not a knock on Phil Kessel. We all love Phil Kessel. The games are divided up into 3 periods, all right? That's not the same kind of period that that some of the women in your family might have. These periods are 20 minutes long, and in between each one there is what's called an intermission, where a Zamboni, which is this thing, comes out and cleans the ice with water so that the ice is now fresh and brand new again, because 20 minutes of big tough men or women out on the ice fucking around, shooting stuff, skating around on their old skates and such, cutting the ice up, the ice gets all choppy and very snowy and very slow. The puck, the little rondelle, doesn't move quite as quickly on the ice when it's all chopped up. So the Zamboner has to come out and give it a little scrape. To start the game, a referee drops the puck at center ice for the two opposing teams. There are 5 positions on the ice for different players. There are 3 forward positions and 2 defense positions. You've got left and right defense, as well as at forward you have center, right wing, and left wing. I shoot right-handed. There are others that shoot left-handed. They hold the stick this way, all right? Now, my stick is right-handed, so it has a curve. You can see that. You see this? This is like a thing that people do, like when they're young, and when they're like, want to look cool, they'll get their picture taken. The photographer will be like, hey, point your stick at the camera like this. And you're like, oh my God, so sexual, right? Yes. Teenage... Fuck. I can handle it better with a curve than I would be able to if it was, say, just completely straight and flat. And I can also shoot it better. It helps me rise the puck off the ice. It might make intuitive sense for right wingers and left wingers to play on their respective wings depending on the way that they shoot, but you will see a lot of left wingers who are right-handed, and you will see a lot of left wingers who are left-handed. It just depends on the kind of style of play that they play. There's also a lot of gear that goes with playing hockey. This is blue because I used to use blue tape, and my gloves, my hockey gloves, kind of have blue shit on them. And so they kind of turn this blue, and they smell real fucking bad. So like, that just smells like absolute dog piss and shit because my hands stink real bad. I think it's the case for a lot of hockey players, but mine are especially bad. Even after I shower at the rink, like if I go play a game of hockey and I'll shower and I'll come back home, my mom or dad will still smell my hands. They'll be like, hey, did you even shower, you dirty pig? And I'll be like, yes. But I didn't clearly wash my hands enough because this stench from my gloves is still there. I haven't really explained much, but that's, hey, look. It's weird because I've played this sport my entire life, and I also am a referee, so I know the majority of even the most intricate rules, and I still don't know. I don't even know how to explain it to you. I think a big stereotype is that hockey is just a bunch of grown, scruffy fellas just beating each other up. And that's not the case. Certainly back in the day, it was more of a, hey, let's just dump the puck in and then just fucking punch each other in the throat kind of thing. But now it's not that way anymore. If you do fight, you get what's called a penalty. Now in the NHL, a penalty for fighting is 5 minutes. You sit in the box. In the penalty box, there's a penalty box where people go and sit. You can also call it's called the sin bin. A lot of people call it that. It's a fun name. And you sit there for 5 minutes, and then you wait, and then when your 5 minutes is up, you come on out, and that's it. It's just that's how penalties work. Different penalties are for different lengths of time. Most penalties are what's called minor penalties, and those are 2 minutes long, and they will give the other team what's called a power play. You will be at a disadvantage. Say you're skating with the puck and I come up behind you and I trip you up. I can't do that. The referee will be like, hey Matt, you just tripped that guy. You got to get in the box. Sorry, man. And then I'll be like to the referee, you're a fucking idiot. And then the referee will be like, you know what? All right, you can say that again, but you can say it 20 more times and I'll still let you keep saying it. And then I'll go to the box. Even if it was the most blatant thing, the rule in hockey is that you can never let the referee know that he made a good call. It's always the referee's fault. So get to the box. You sit down for 2 minutes, and then the other team has what's called a power play or a man advantage, where I feel like I don't even want to use this. There's so much shit. So for the next 2 minutes, the opposing team has 5 players on the ice, and my team has 4. That will result in a pretty significant advantage where the opposing team will probably be in our end of the ice for the majority of those 2 minutes if they have any sense. And if within those 2 minutes they score a goal, then my penalty is deemed over and I have been fully penalized by getting in the penalty box, and then I also cost our team a goal. So I would come out, then go to the box, back to our home bench where my dad is coaching, and he would say, hey Matt, get back out there, man. You're my son. I'm going to keep... Something that I probably should have mentioned first is that if you don't know what hockey is at all, you're probably seeing these lines on the ice. What do these lines mean? What are these circles here? Hey, what's all that about? Well, when entering a zone, say this team over here wants to enter this team's zone. Sexy. The puck has to completely cross the blue line before anybody can enter into the zone. So, say everybody on Team A is in the offensive zone. As soon as the puck leaves the offensive zone or crosses this blue line right here, everybody has to get out of the offensive zone. Everybody on your team who's attacking in this area has to leave that zone before the puck comes back in. Confusing? Good. Jesus Christ, there's so much more to explain. Fuck. I didn't plan this. I just thought I would be able to just talk about it. And then you keep going. I think the best thing for you to do would just be to watch a hockey game and then just kind of go from there. Just kind of go from there, just flick one on and be like, all right, what happens here? And then ask questions about it. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If you watch a hockey game, you can even live comment in my comment section. There's games on mostly every night from the NHL. Check it out. Fuck, Jesus. Fuck's sakes. Oh, that sucked. That sucked so much. That was so much worse than I thought it would be. This isn't about how well I can explain a sport. This is about the fun that we have here together, right? I mean, I'm trying to... Look, you didn't come here to actually learn something, did you? You came here to just... To hang out and have fun, didn't you? Didn't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? All right, guys, now we're moving on to the big guns. Golf. Golf is an opportunity to develop emotional control. Golf is probably the only activity where you can walk at your own pace in a beautiful location anywhere in the world, and at the end of that, still want to kill yourself and somebody else. There's something about individual sports that I feel make it so much easier to get angry at. When I play a team sport, I never feel as angry when the team loses. I mean, sure, I'm a little upset, but I just feel like, you know, it's a team effort. We all lost together. There's other people sharing in that horrible feeling of losing with you. But when you play golf and you know that you fucked up, hey, I had an easy putt here that I could have just fucking put that in the hole and I would have done great and I would have won, but I fucked it up. Hey, are you stupid, Matt? Hey, are you a dumb idiot? Why didn't you just hit that putt? It's easy to get shit on yourself. Because it's only you, because only you fucked up. In most golf courses, there are 18 holes. In some, there are 9 holes. But in 18-hole courses, they're divided into a front and a back. A front 9 and a back 9. 9 holes on the front, 9 holes on the back. Doesn't necessarily mean there's a front and a back. It just means that's the way it's divided into, and that's the course that you follow. You start at 1, you end at 18. That's the game. If you've heard the term par for the course, that means if you score par on every hole, or what the sum of all the pars ends up being, say it's 70, because say there's a par 5, then a par 4, then a par 5, then a par 3, then a par 4, then a par 4, then a par 4, add all those numbers up of every hole and you get 70. If you score a 70 at the end, then you shot par, which in most cases is incredible. Hello everybody, Rick Shields here. So also the different holes, so the different lengths are different pars. Did I mention that yet? Am I drunk? So say you had a hole that's 350 yards long. That's probably gonna be a par 4, all right? Which means you should get it there in about 4 shots, all right? It should take you 4 shots from the tee to get it into the hole. Jesus Christ. I take out my driver, I step up to the ball, I take a big swing and I say, whoop, that's going a lot further left than I had hoped. And so what happens now is that the ball will, instead of going into what's called the fairway, which is shorter grass, great for hitting out of, it'll go into what's called the rough on the left side, into much taller grass that's much harder to hit out of. And yes, the ball went 270 yards, which is a bomb, all right? Especially considering how far left it went, but it's in the rough, so I'm in deep. Now there's a lot of trees and shit in my way, I don't know how to get this out of there. It's going to be tough for me to even bogey this hole. And a bogey is when you get, say, a 5 on a par 4. So one more than what par is. If I was to get a 3, that would be called a birdie. But anyway, I'm still looking at shot 2 right now, okay? This is shot 2 right here. Shot number 2, I'm in the woods. I see the hole through the trees. I don't think I can get it out, but I'm going to take out. Now, this is an important time to tell you about the clubs in my golf bag. I've got a driver, which is a big head for driving it off the tee from the tee box way back there. Then we have clubs called irons that go from, say, mostly 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 irons. All right, so those have increasing degrees of loft. So a 4 iron has a pretty low or small loft, which means that it's a pretty flat-headed club, which means that when I hit it, it will go further than if I was to hit it with, say, an 8 iron, which has a loft that's further back like this, which means the ball would go higher instead of further out, all right? So the lower the loft, the lower the ball stays, or say rather, the harder you can hit the ball and it not don't know how to explain it, but trust me on this one. You may have a wedge that is specific for getting out of the sand traps, the bunkers that are placed around the course. That's called a sand wedge. You may have different degree loft wedges that are even higher in loft than a pitching wedge or a 9 iron, say, and that are, say, like a 52 degree or a 54 degree, a 56, a 60 degree, a 64 degree wedge that are really, really low loft, so that when you hit a ball, they're great for shooting small shots that are just very close to the green, which is the space where there's very short, very, very, very short, tight grass, tight, and that's where you would use your final club, your putter, to just putt the ball, try to get it in the hole. We all know about that, for the most part, I would imagine and hope. But I'm still looking at shot number 2. I'm in the rough, so I take out a club that's like, say, my 7 iron. I want to get a bit of power behind it because I'm stuck in some tall grass, but I don't want it to go too far, and I'm not going to take a full swing. I'm just going to kind of hit it like this to try and get it back out into the fairway so I can get a good shot. And thank God it works. I get behind it, I'm back out into the fairway. Good stuff. Shot number 3, not an ideal birdie spot. I'm still about 50 yards away from the hole, and I need to get it in 2 shots to get a par. Probably not going to happen for me on this hole, but that's okay. So I step up, I'm in the fairway, I'm 50 yards out, I take out my 60 degree, I'm like, I'm going to plop this right next to the hole. It's going to be amazing. Guys, everybody watch. I take out my 60 degree, I take a nice shot, and I see I fucking hit it too hard, you idiot. It goes over the back of the green, and now I'm like, God fucking damn it, I gotta go to the back, and that's shooting for par, and I still got a hard shot. Like, the green is all fucking sloped, and now I'm on the fucking green's way up here, now I'm way below, I can't even see the hole. I'm just gonna try and get it up over the top of the back of the fucking hole, and hopefully hope to God that it gets on the green so I can have a decent putt at it at least. And I just come on up to around the back of the green, I'm like, fuck, Jesus, I'm pissed off now. I'm pissed off. So I take up my 60 degree. This is all ready for par. This is my 4th shot. If it goes in, I get a par. Great. I am ecstatic if this ball goes in the hole. I get ready. I take a shot and I fucking duffed it. It barely goes about 5 feet, and since I'm on a slope, it rolls back further away from where I already was, like an idiot. And so now this is my 5th shot. I'm even further away and in a worse spot, all right? That's what we would call a lie, all right? Your lie is where your ball is on the grass. Say you're on the fairway, everything's flat, everything looks good, the grass is soft, the grass is real short. That's a pretty good lie. If you're in the rough and there's like fucking weeds and shit just growing all around your ball, there's a fucking rock next to it, that's a shit lie, and it makes you want to cut your shins with a sharp knife. So now I'm back. I'm going for bogey here. I'm going for 5 already on this par 4, and I'm just trying to get it up on the green. I'm trying to recorrect for what I did last time. I get ready. I take the shot. It plops up. It rolls a little farther onto the green than I had hoped. The hole is right there, and my shot actually went way over here. So now I got like a 40-foot putt. This is a shit putt, and there's like the green is a little shitty today. I mean, there was a little bit of rain the last few days, and it's kind of just all shit. It's also a tough to read green, so most greens are what we call this sort of area here around the green. Most greens are going to be sloped and slanted in different ways so that the ball does not just go straight into the hole. You kind of have to predict the path of the ball so that when it curves into the hole, you just got to try and... I'm not going to aim for the hole every single time. If the ball is going to curve this way, I got to aim this way and hope the ball fucking falls in the hole. And now I'm shooting for double bogey, all right? This is all ready for a double bogey, and it's a 40-foot putt. I'm like, all right, listen, I've made putts like this before. It's very rare, but I'm just trying to get it close to avoid anything more than a 7. If I get a 7, I'm like, that sucks, but you know, whatever, we move on. Hopefully we don't get a 7 next time. I step up, I take the putt. I see that it reads this way. There's a little bit of a curve to the left. It's a bit of a right to left action. So I aim that way, and I hit it, and I fucking scuffed it like an idiot. So it only goes about 25 feet. I still got a 15-foot putt, and that's for a 7? Like, are you like? So I walk up to the 15-foot. I'm like, Jesus, fuck! All the other guys are already done. So I'm like, they're like, Matt, come on, man. What are you fucking like? Hurry up, right? And I'm like, guys, shut the fuck. Like, let me finish my shit. I'm not gonna take it away. I still got a lot of work to do here. The curve is still the same because I'm in the same goddamn place. I left it short, so I'm gonna set it up. It's gonna be a little bit less. Gonna try and just ease it in there real quick. I putt it, and it lips out. It just hits the lip and just runs away. I almost made a nice putt, and it goes a little too far. And now I've got about a 3-footer for an 8, and I fucking missed that too. And then I put it in for a 9, and we're off to a good start. And yeah. So that's golf. Thanks so much for watching today's video, gang. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to cover some more sports, or maybe when the snow fucks off, maybe you want me to go actually play around a golf and take you guys with me. Would that be fun? That'd be fun, I bet. Regardless, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm your friend Matthew. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you soon.